Welcome to Empires and Puzzles video about the Soul Exchange number 11. We have all the heroes' details out. So let's go and check who is this fellow bringing this time. These are the 15 fellows coming. We have got the dark, and whoever made this chart has applied certain rational and logic to have the heroes bracketed in the tier of 10, 15, and 20. They've used their rational, which is fine. There could be a little change, but seems to be fairly good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to speak about all of them and see who seems to be the worthy ones and what role can they fulfill in your roster. As I speak, I would urge each one of you to apply that and see which hero might make sense to you. Okay, so let's go. We're going to, of course, start with the first row of the three dark ones, or the first column rather. Eonia. I was quite surprised to see a super elemental hero being offered, and that is really cool. Eonia is a dodger, fast speed hero of the super elemental dark family. She summons a dagger fiend for the target and all holy enemies. So if you're dealing with multiple holy, well, 3 people will get. And you can choose the main target to be specific. And then, of course, the holies will get it. The fiend. Fiend damages its target with 250% attack every turn. That's a good quantum of attack. The dagger fiend absorbs healing and disappears after absorbing healing equal to 20% of its target's max health. And when the dagger fiend disappears, after it has absorbed enough healing, the owner receives 810 bleed damage over 3 turns. So there is quite a bit of delayed damage, but Eonia, fast speed, has her value. And of course, since I don't have Eonia, I'm using a picture, which means I can't get a lot more information, but that will happen on the day of the Soul Exchange, which is 31st of August this month. So that's Eonia. The next hero is Becky, and I have Becky. So I'm going to discuss her from my game app roster. So that's Becky. I have her limit broken once and 18 emblems. I use her not so regularly because I have other heroes who are more useful for me than her, but sometimes for the fun part. And because also I use Gazelle quite frequently, which negates Becky's buff, but Becky is absolutely fantastic. You can see the stats. You can also see she is part of the magic family. She is a cleric, which is really good. She has got this health recovery and negative mana stacks, yes. That really becomes painful for these magic family fellows doling out mana slowdown stacks left, right, center. Oh god, it's really that becomes really irritating at times. And of course, she has got her first, second charge. The magic fellows have got 2 charges. First one is very fast speed, 2 matches of 3 each. Or second one is typically slow speed. And she's quite fun. First one deals 350% damage to the target. Each time the target activates their special skill during 3 turns, mana of all enemies is reduced by minus 15%. That's a damn good one. Second, increase mana of all allies by 10%. And for the next 5 turns, this character deals 250% damage to all enemies each time any other ally casts their special skills. Both are very useful specials. There you go. And they can be used strategically and you can have total fun. There is another hero Rosfort. He is a dark fellow, part of the Musketeer family, a reviving fighter class. And of course, the special at average speed is deals 565% damage to the target and minor damage to the nearby enemies. And if the target is defeated in 3 turns, all enemies receive 658 damage, which will increase depending on LBs and blah blah blah. This is the one that I have in my roster, and this is the state in here. Am I using him? No. But then I have got a wide roster. He would see a lot of use if I did not have a huge roster. That's it. So he is very useful, and quite a few times I meet him when he is double limit broken. So yeah, you give a lot of your resources and beef up the hero, and the hero will deliver. That's it. So that's the third. Let's go and see the other fellows. Nemesis, Constance, and the Queen. So let's look at Nemesis. He is part of the Styx family, Paladin, 3 speed, which is Styx has got unique, deals 500% damage to the target. 3 turns each time an enemy mana is increased by a special skill, status effect, or level property, passive skill, family effect, or minion, they will receive 250 damage. Any mana enhancement, whack. Second mana charge, harder whack, 640%. And all enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 3 turns. Any attempted mana generation buffs will be replaced by minus 34% mana gen for 4 turns. And as the sticks have, third one will be harder damage, and the second portion of the first and the second mana charge is added over here, which you can see. So yeah, Nemesis. Now I have not leveled her, again because of my roster. Otherwise, the specials are useful. But she also has, because of damage to 1, lost that particular craziness. She does have this particular resisting defense ailments as a passive. That's it. So that's Nemesis. Holy is Constance. She's part of the Musketeer family, a dodger, and very straightforward special at fast speed. 230% damage to all enemies, and you get a 40 plus 45% chance to dodge special skills for 3 turns. Each dodge damages the attacker for 100 damage straight. When she arrived, she was really irritating, but of course, remember that these are old heroes, at least 2 years plus. So they will have poor stats and hence will require all kinds of resources. The line that I have said in the Faded Summons applies over here, absolutely the same. You'll have to give a lot of resources. The good part is she is fast speed and dodger. Both aspects are always useful. Queen Guo Wang. She really eluded me, but she is now available in the Soul Exchange. When you look at those stats, 778 attack, 4 stars have that kind of an attack. So this is really hilarious. The Sorcerer, Queen's Radiance at average speed deals 330% damage to all enemies, so impact all. All allies get 10% mana every time an enemy uses their special skill. This one is really useful again during 4 turns. Caster gets Vengeance for 4 turns. If Vengeance is dispelled by enemy's special skill, all enemies receive 525% damage. So the tricky part has been, you have Gazelle, take away that, and the enemies get whacked. You have any Dispeller that impacts allies and enemies both, and the enemies get a whack. So like Snow White, then we have Annabelle, the Dispel and Cleansing healer that does it on both sides. the dispel and cleansing. So yeah, those kinds of manipulations are being done using this chick. So yeah, she is useful. To the never leveled her up. Cleric has this passive. Resistance has this passive. Spirit of Spring at average speed summons a Sprite Spring minion which heals allies for each ally, and that's a fairly good HP minion. And when summoned, the Sprite Spring minion boosts health of this, obviously will get increased for its owner at the end of each turn. So boosted health via the minion route, that is heal over time or turn. That's Liadria. We have an experience of how she is. Where are you hiding, buddy? There you are. Archie. So the fabled llama, 250% damage to all enemies. All enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 4 turns and receive 150 damage for each attempted buff. The caster gets minus 10 accuracy for 4 turns, which cannot be cleansed, but Gazelle takes care of that. Wizard, so there is a buff related damage possibility over there. This is the Archie in my roster. Do I use him? Occasionally. I would like to give him more emblems, but my wizards are really low. But that's how it is. Let's go to Xandr. So, how's the situation over here? Yeah, she's going to get buffed up with talent. Xandr, I use her fairly regularly, especially while facing blue fellows. If there are multiple blue fellows, she is in the team. Super Elemental, really cool hero. At average speed, deals 450% damage to the target and all ice enemies. Automatically does 496 damage to the target and all ice enemies when their mana gets full and reduces their mana by 50% for 4 turns, which is really painful. Alters the power of all nature shields on the board. When attacking hero casts the special, the shields become enhanced and give plus 37% more mana. And when defending hero, it's minus 30% less mana. So really good hero. Wow. So she's at 370. Haven't leveled her up. And that's it. Is she a good hero? She was a good hero. And then more crazier ones fell by the heaps and she became sidelined. Dual Sting, 320% damage to the enemies on the edges of the enemy formation. If there's only one enemy alive, the damage is doubled. She alters the fire shield, making them plus 64% attack, and when defending, the shields become minus 57% attack. So that's that. That's Zenobia. I'm going to cover this fellow, Hypnos. So he's a sorcerer, part of the Styx family. 220% damage to all. Now this is a good part. Damage to all, and all enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 2 turns. So impact all at very fast speed in the very first charge. Second charge. Dispels buffs from all enemies and deals 320% damage to all enemies, and all enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 3 turns. So there is a dispel first in second charge. Third charge is basically enhanced second charge thing, which includes the first charge already, because Styx Fellows first and the second charge joins as subset for the third charge. So that's it. Here the damage is 385%. Rest of the stuff is the same. So that's Hypnos for you. Useful hero. Obviously, give all the resources and he will be buffed significantly. In the red zone is a healer. So he recovers 45% health for all allies. All allies bypass defensive buffs with their attack for 4 turns. And all allies get plus 50% critical chance for 4 turns. Useful. And of course, there's a host of other stuff in terms of passives. So that's flip, part of the beach family. Color which is left, which is ice blue. Let's find out who this mustache guy is. Many people are not able to remember his name. Has a very long card. He's part of the family, which means he has 2 charges. Summons an enchanted sigil minion for each ally with 15% HP and 20% attack. The summoned enchanted sigil minion gives plus 20% mana generation to its owner for as long as the owner has enchanted sigil minions. That's it. That's the first charge. Second charge, Sigil Fiends, which damages its target with 100% attack, and the usual things that the Fiends do. And there is a minus 38% mana gen for its owner as long as the owner has Sigil Fiends. And the usual passive, the stack of reducing mana gen, is one of those passives, irritating ones. Let's move to the next one. Tetos. Again, part of the Styx family. 3 charges. Recovers 20% health for all allies. All allies get plus 24% mana gen at very fast speed. Charge number 2. Health recovery is increased to 30% for all allies and increase the mana of... This is straight increases the mana of all allies by 10%. And the third charge is a combination of the first 2, which is higher health recovery at 50%. Third charge, if you skip the first and the second, and the third operates as slow speed. So the health recovery is high, increase the mana straight by 20%, and all allies get plus 40% mana generation for 4 turns. That's the third charge. That's Tetos. Blue. And the last hero, who also happens to be blue, is Chel. Chel, of course, is a druid, part of the... I forget what the family is called. God. Carnival of Gods. Rock Golems summon is the special at slow speed. Summons a rock golem minion for each ally with 40% HP and 50% attack. Now that's quite beefy and painful. The rock golem minion gives its owner Golem's Stone Skin when summoned and again every 3 turns. So it keeps refreshing. This effect cannot be dispelled. Golem's Stone Skin drops all damage dealt to the owner to 1 but is removed after 1 hit. Once she starts going, rolling, this is crazy. And teamed up with an appropriate gang, she can really make life miserable. And of course, in Rush, she can again turn tides on, but not many have her, so not many use her. That's it. And with the way heroes have been popping up, I think there are more fancier ones, and hence she has been just left alone. But she might make a comeback because Soul Exchange gives an opportunity for a lot of people to pick up weird heroes, unique heroes. So Chel happens to be one of that, or Cell happens to be one of that. So yeah, that's it. We have covered everybody. So these are the 15 heroes. Who do you think I'm going up? Even I'm not totally clear. Do I have some kind of an idea? I haven't completed my previous Soul Exchange hero that I picked up. So it is slowly being leveled up. I can't remember. I think in the last 3 months I've leveled up only 2 heroes. So that's also that. I'm not into major leveling up of heroes. So I'm collecting mats and just moving at my own pace. Having said that, I hope this information helps. in case there is some change. We will find out on 31st of August morning. Till then, signing off, Soul Exchange number 11, hero offering. Tiers may change, some heroes might change, but overall it is going to remain similar. So good luck making your choice. There are some good heroes over here, which should be helpful for certain rosters. So go by what you like and what your roster requires and what will empower the roster. That's it. And trust your instincts. Thanks for watching. And as this character says, hang on, hold your breath till 31st August when I get you the 15 on offer. Thanks for watching. Cheers. See you in the next video.